Welcome back to the South-South. As part of efforts to boost the economy of Edo State, Governor Adams Oshiomhole has presented certificates of occupancy to major investors in the agriculture sector. The Edo State governor also has released 2 billion naira into the economy of the state through the presentation of checks to 10,000 beneficiaries of the state micro, small and medium enterprise development fund.
Worldwide, Pemo Farms Limited, Uhuru Farms Limited, Dofil, Integrated Produce City, Roots Biochemical Agric Palm Webayi, as well as Presco, are all agro-allied businesses that have at one time or the other applied for land to do business in Edo State. This event at the Edo State Government House marks the official handover of the Certificate of Occupancy of Land approved by the state government to officials of the companies. In his address at the ceremony, Governor Oshiomhole says the state's policy of attracting private investors is eventually paying off.
We have clear responsibilities cut out for us in the area of provision of infrastructure, security, all of those elements that translate to what investors call enabling environment, so that those who are better equipped, who have the know-how and they have the resources, can come in and take advantage of these facilities to invest.
The head of the state economic team, as well as the investors, say the achievement follows painstaking effort and will begin to yield benefits for the state soon.
About 5 years ago, and as part of our development plan, we held an agro-business summit where we invited investors to showcase the agricultural opportunities in Edo State and lay out a framework on how we would attract their investments.
Palm oil is selling at $900. Petrol is selling at $32. You can see the difference. So agriculture is a core thing for many countries in the world that don't have oil. Shea butter is selling at a very high rate. So why are we killing ourselves on petrol when we can also diversify to the land?
This other event at the Magoyo College Hall along Sapele Road, Benin City, sees the state government flag off a 2 billion naira micro, medium and small-scale enterprises development fund to be disbursed to 10,000 beneficiaries, 8,000 of them women. Governor Adams Oshiomhole explains what the state hopes to achieve with this project.
We want to be diverted to catfish or grass cutter. Our husbands will be properly briefed that this fund to support individual or cooperative is meant to set up or to sustain business.
The government's desire is to transform the state to an industrial hub in a short time. These latest steps seem to take it closer to its target.
And to development in Cross River State, as the state government concludes plans to commission the state's garment factory, lawmakers representing Cross River State at the National Assembly have commended Governor Ben Ayade for the project. According to them, the factory will have a positive impact on the state's economy and the citizens. Speaking after the state governor showed them round the project, Honorable Bassi Ewa of the Federal House of Representatives says it's a way of diversifying the state's economy.
One, to attract employment, not only employment, those who are going to live or build within this vicinity. Of course, they are going to provide accommodation for those that are going to be employed. Government for the people, that is what is being demonstrated here. And of course, we can't thank our governor enough for having this brilliant idea.
Finally, 150 women and youth in Maiduguri, the Borno state capital, have been selected to undergo vocational training and skills acquisition in workshops. The training is to equip the women who lost their husbands to insurgency, as well as young people with skills that will make them self-reliant. The prolonged insurgency in the northeast Nigerian part of the country has affected the economy of families, with many living in abject poverty. With the gradual return of peace to the region, there is a need to empower residents and make them self-reliant.
We have to address the underlying cause of the insurgency, which is extreme poverty, destitution, hopelessness, And as long as the youth are not engaged, as long as we have not made efforts to create jobs for the multitudes of people, believe me, the crisis will not be over. There has to be a holistic approach, because we might win the battle, but to win the war, it needs concerted efforts from all and sundry to address some of the underlying causes.
This step the wives of Nigerian Air Force personnel are taking. They've introduced an empowerment program for widows of air personnel who lost their lives fighting insurgency, the wives of those still alive, and civilians in the community.
Indeed, the current insurgency in the northeast has affected Borno State more than any other state in the region. A lot of families have lost loved ones in the process. This project will provide skills to teeming members of the society in Maiduguri, including the Barak and host communities, and will no doubt touch lives positively in so many ways.
For the beneficiaries, the plan is to use knowledge acquired to support the family in the face of economic downturn.
He supports our husband. If he don't have it, we are going to do it. So if we learn something like this, we are going to open our shop so that we should get some money to help the house.
The skill acquisition program, which ranges from fashion, beadmaking, catering, and others, will run for 10 weeks, and beneficiaries will be given starter packs to establish small-scale businesses. That story from the Northeast brings this edition of News Across Nigeria to a close. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm Olumide McCall.